Nobody saw this coming. Just when fans thought they had a clear picture of what the 2026 FIFA World Cup would look like, a late FIFA announcement has triggered a massive wave of debate across the football world. Supporters are angry, analysts are divided, and social media is exploding with reactions. And if you love staying ahead of the biggest World Cup stories, make sure you subscribe now because this controversy could end up shaping the entire tournament before a single ball is even kicked. For months, excitement surrounding the 2026 FIFA World Cup has been growing at an incredible pace. With more teams, more matches, and more global attention than ever before, many believed FIFA was building the biggest football event in history. But now, a controversial decision has completely changed the conversation. Instead of talking about title favorites, superstar players, and dream matchups, fans are suddenly asking a different question. Has FIFA gone too far? The debate started almost immediately after reports emerged that FIFA was considering last-minute adjustments and tournament policies that could significantly impact the World Cup experience for teams, players, and supporters. At first, many people assumed the backlash would disappear after a few days. It didn't. In fact, it got bigger. Much bigger. The reason is simple. World Cup fans are incredibly passionate. They wait 4 years for this tournament. They plan trips years in advance. They follow qualification campaigns from the very beginning. And when they feel that something important is being changed at the last moment, emotions rise quickly. That's exactly what appears to be happening now. Across football communities, fans have been questioning whether FIFA is focusing too much on expansion and commercial growth instead of protecting the traditions that made the World Cup special in the first place. Some supporters argue that football's biggest tournament is becoming too crowded. Others believe FIFA is simply adapting to the modern game. And that disagreement has created one of the most intense discussions we've seen in months. What's fascinating is that both sides believe they're protecting the future of football. One side says change is necessary. The other says too much change could damage the tournament's identity. And somewhere in the middle, FIFA finds itself under enormous pressure. The organization has defended many of its recent decisions by pointing to global growth, increased opportunities for smaller nations, and the desire to make football more accessible worldwide. On paper, those goals sound difficult to criticize. But critics aren't focusing on the intentions. They're focusing on the consequences. Because every major change creates winners and losers. Every adjustment benefits some groups while frustrating others. And when you're dealing with the biggest sporting event on the planet, even a small change can create a massive reaction. That reaction is exactly what we're witnessing right now. The controversy has spread far beyond hardcore football fans. Former players are discussing it. Pundits are debating it. Content creators are analyzing it. Even casual fans are asking questions. What happens next? Could FIFA reverse course? Will teams be affected? Will players speak out publicly? Nobody seems to have a clear answer. And that uncertainty is making the story even bigger. Perhaps the most interesting part is how quickly public opinion has shifted. Just weeks ago, most conversations surrounding the 2026 World Cup were overwhelmingly positive. People were excited. People were optimistic. People couldn't wait for the tournament to begin. Now, concerns are starting to dominate headlines. That's not because fans suddenly stopped loving football. It's because people care deeply about what the World Cup represents. For many supporters, the World Cup is more than just a competition. It's tradition. It's history. It's memories. It's national pride. When changes appear to threaten any of those things, reactions become emotional very quickly. And FIFA knows this. That's why every public statement matters. Every clarification matters. Every explanation matters. Because once fans believe their voices aren't being heard, criticism grows rapidly. At the same time, supporters of FIFA's approach argue that football cannot remain frozen in the past forever. They point out that the game has expanded dramatically. More countries are competitive than ever before. More fans are watching than ever before. More nations want the opportunity to participate. According to this argument, evolution isn't just necessary. It's unavoidable. But critics respond with a different concern. They ask whether growth is coming at the expense of quality. They wonder whether the tournament could become less special if changes continue accelerating. And that question has become the center of the entire controversy. What's especially surprising is how divided football fans have become. Usually, major football debates split along club lines or national rivalries. This situation is different. People from the same countries disagree. Fans of the same teams disagree. Even former professionals seem unable to reach a consensus. That's a sign of how complicated the issue has become. Meanwhile, players are watching closely. They may not all speak publicly, but they understand that tournament decisions can directly affect preparation, scheduling, recovery, and performance. For elite athletes already dealing with packed calendars, every additional challenge matters. That's another reason this story refuses to disappear. Because the impact extends beyond administrators and executives. It affects the people who actually play the game. And ultimately, that's what fans care about most. They want to see the best players competing at their highest level. Anything that threatens that possibility immediately becomes controversial. As discussions continue, another question is beginning to emerge. Could this controversy become a distraction heading into the tournament? History suggests it's possible. Major sporting events often face criticism before they begin. Sometimes those concerns fade away once competition starts. Other times they remain part of the story for the entire tournament. Right now, nobody knows which outcome awaits the 2026 World Cup. What we do know is that football supporters around the world are paying attention. Very close attention. Every update generates reactions. Every rumor generates discussion. Every statement creates another wave of analysis. And with so much time remaining before the tournament begins, this debate could continue growing for months. That's what makes the situation so unpredictable. The controversy isn't really about one single announcement anymore. It's become something larger. A broader discussion about the future of football. A discussion about tradition versus innovation. A discussion about growth versus preservation. A discussion about what the World Cup should look like for the next generation. Those are enormous questions. Questions that don't have simple answers. And perhaps that's why emotions are running so high. Everyone agrees the World Cup matters. The disagreement begins when people start deciding how it should evolve. For FIFA, the challenge now is obvious. Convince supporters that its vision will improve the tournament rather than weaken it. That may sound straightforward. In reality, it's incredibly difficult. Football fans are passionate. They are protective. And they rarely change their opinions quickly. Which means FIFA could be facing a long battle to win over skeptics. At the same time, supporters of the changes remain confident. They believe the criticism is temporary. They believe fans will eventually embrace the new direction. And they believe the 2026 World Cup could become the most successful tournament in football history. If they're right, this controversy may eventually be remembered as an overreaction. But if critics are right, today's concerns could be the first warning signs of bigger problems ahead. That's the mystery nobody can solve yet. And that's exactly why the story continues dominating football conversations worldwide. For now, one thing is absolutely clear. The debate is far from over. The reactions are still growing. The questions are still coming. And FIFA remains under the spotlight. Whether this controversial announcement ultimately strengthens the World Cup or creates new challenges remains to be seen. But one thing football fans everywhere seem to agree on is this. The road to the 2026 FIFA World Cup just became a lot more dramatic than anyone expected. And now the entire football world is waiting to see what happens next. So what do you think? Is FIFA making the right decisions for the future of football, or are fans right to be concerned about the direction of the 2026 World Cup?